International Cooperative Alliance, the global cooperative movement, initiated the annual celebration of International Cooperative Day, which was marked on the 7th of July 1923. After 100 years of the existence of the Alliance, the United Nations General Assembly was intent to mark the centenary of the establishment of the International Cooperative Alliance, proclaimed in Resolution 4790, the first Saturday of July 1995, to be International Day of Cooperatives. This day was set aside to celebrate the purpose of cooperatives and evaluate its contributions to resolving major socio-economic problems worldwide. It's also to bring world attention to the benefits of cooperative society and encourage individuals and groups to embrace the practice. Since then, the world has not only come to accept that date as an important part of the cooperative movement, it has also helped in no small way to expand the frontiers of cooperative practice to ensure that people explore the immense benefits inherent in the system. For millions of people in the state and across the country, cooperative movement has become a veritable tool for job creation, income generation, and economic empowerment. The resultant benefit of enhancing the socio-economic well-being of members and ultimately improving the living standard of the people are the foundations of people-centered economic growth. Since the coming of Agege Planks Union, the first cooperative society in Nigeria, cooperative movement in the state has grown by leaps and bounds. As a matter of fact, Lagos, with over 16,000 registered cooperative societies, hosts the largest number of cooperative associations in comparison to any other states in Nigeria. These comprise of over 1 million families involved in various economic enterprises such as farming, fishing processing, trading, transportation, housing, artisanal activities, and public service. The activities of these groups are coordinated by Lagos State Cooperative Federation, LASCOFED.
In accordance with the ICA message for this year's celebration, the United Nations is currently setting ambitious new targets for the period after 2015 with the gradual phase out of Millennium Development Goal, MDG. These new goals will be called Sustainable Development Goal, SDGs. The International Cooperative Alliance, at its General Assembly held in November 2013 at Cape Town, South Africa, adopted and released a blueprint for cooperative decade. One of the goals of the blueprint is to position cooperative as builders of sustainability. The theme for this year's celebration, Cooperative Enterprises Achieves Sustainable Development for All, is therefore in tandem with SDGs and the ICA blueprint. The cooperative sector needs to explain and show to the world that sustainability is part of its nature, considering its 7th principle, concern for the community. However, the global movement, in a press release on the subject, highlighted the many obstacles which still exist for the billion people strong movement. Environmentally, socially, and economically needs to develop together for people to become self-reliant. The ICA is using the occasion to call on international policymakers to recognize cooperatives as drivers of sustainability. Therefore, attention is this year called to the legislative obstacles, which in many countries impede cooperative contribution to sustainable development goals. There is no gainsaying that to function well, cooperatives need prudential regulation which protects democratic member control and ownership, as well as autonomy and independence. Simply put, sustainability means continuity. For Cooperative to continue to even up to the coming generation, therefore, it is pertinent for cooperators to maintain the ethical values of honesty, openness, social responsibility, and caring for others. From Lagos State Cooperative Federation, we believe, like our founding fathers, that it is important for us to continually educate our members so that they can be in touch with the changing world of business and technology. Thus, our decision to organize early this year a free seminar for cooperators in the state. I want to assure you that we shall continue in this regard. As a movement also, we resolve to have a befitting edifice, a legacy which we will be proud of and which the future generation of cooperators can point to as the Secretariat of Cooperative Movement in Lagos State.
There is no doubt that cooperative movements play important roles in the state's position as the foremost economic center in West Africa's sub-region. For successive administrations, therefore, especially that of Governor Babatunde Raji Fashola, cooperative movement is a partner in progress whose partnership is sustained by the supervisory role being exercised by government on LASCOFED through the Ministry of Agriculture and Cooperatives.
The cooperative societies in Lagos State, with a population of about 2 million as at the last count, this is the 14th edition, and we are very proud of the cooperators. A lot of reforms, a lot of changes have happened, and we are happy that a lot of our multipurpose societies have also been able to survive the global financial crisis. They are now better off than what they were years back, and the resilient spirit of cooperative society cannot be overstated. And the cooperative society we have in Lagos too are doing very well. I'm very happy. We are very happy with them. Most of our especially for the agricultural programs and projects, we work with our farmers in cooperatives. We have the commercial agri cooperative societies that we call them commodity interest group. We have the FADAMA. Our Rights for Job youths are also in cooperatives. So they access fund, access credit through the cooperative society. So we have seen the resilient opportunities in the association of our farmers and other cooperative societies, and a lot of opportunities will also come their way. And we always try to employ people that if you belong to a cooperative society, you stand a lot to gain. You have nothing to lose at all if you are a member of an association or cooperatives, because we have seen it has worked, and as government, the government of Babatunde Raji Fashola is doing all within our power to make the enabling environment very favorable to cooperative societies in Lagos State. The framework that we use for them has made it possible for them for their programs and their society to be sustainable. And we also try to give them skills. We have the cooperative college whereby we give them the latest knowledge in cooperative handling, and we do a lot in terms of even resolving the conflicts or crises that do occur, because as cooperative society you always have one problem or the other. If it is not financial, it will be some other thing. But we already set up arbitration panel that is looking into all the crises and conflicts that always come with cooperative societies. The movement is growing, and I want to assure the cooperators that as government we cannot but continue to support them, because government cannot do everything. We have some cooperative societies that own Farmer Smart. We have the cooperative society with corporate that have a retail outlet. I mean, the cooperative fruits in the United Kingdom, it's being owned by cooperative society. They also have banks. So I want to assure you that as government, we will continue to make the enabling environment robust and favorable for our cooperative societies.
Between 23rd June and 5th July 2014, Lagos State Cooperative Federation, LASCOFED, gathered all cooperators, cooperative societies, and other stakeholders in the state to celebrate this year's International Cooperative Day.
Right through the state, we have 20 cooperative area offices, which are manned by one cooperative area officers and other staff under him or her. We use these cooperative staff in different locations throughout the state to mobilize the society they are supervising. It is easier for them to go all out and talk to them through letters, phone calls, visitations, and call them to come on board. And they are always glad to join us in the celebration.
With the theme, Cooperative Enterprise Achieves Sustainable Development for All, it was a week-long celebration that featured different events and programs. The week started on Monday 23rd June with a press conference addressed by the Honorable Commissioner for Agriculture and Cooperatives, Prince Bala Olawal.
The International Cooperative Week celebration has been an opportunity to showcase the achievements of cooperative societies in the state, with a view to motivating other societies to achieve greater heights. The present administration, under the leadership of His Excellency Mr. Babatunde Raji Fashola, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, has continuously used cooperatives to deliver its developmental programs like the Agricultural Microcredit Scheme, distribution of improved seedlings and inputs to farmers and fisher folks. Also, in our empowerment program for Agriculture Youth Empowerment Scheme, graduates in Poka, Araga, in Ekwe local government. I note with delight the participation of the cooperative movement in the transportation movement, especially the Bus Rapid Transit Scheme, enhancement of agricultural value chain through Eco-Farmer Smart model, cooperative education by virtue of which the Lagos State Cooperative College was able to train a total of 2,935 cooperators so far in order to raise the productivity of our cooperators and in essence the cooperative societies which they belong. Recently, we embarked on the revalidation of registered cooperative societies in the state. In the past, we have been using the number 30,000 cooperatives, but this is from the beginning of cooperative societies in Lagos State. Now we have started with the revalidation. As of today, over 3,000 cooperative societies have already revalidated. So we are sure that we have at least 3,000 cooperative societies that are still existing. And this is an ongoing program. We employ all the other cooperative societies that are yet to do so to go to their area offices. We have 20 area offices in the state, and you go to area offices where you belong and you get yourself registered or you revalidated. Government has created a comprehensive and up-to-date database with the newly installed capacity building software, Cooperative, and ensure the acquisition of Cooperative Statistics Manager in all the 20 cooperative area offices. Networked with the headquarters, that is Alausa. This has helped improve record keeping and standardization of posting of books and annual account of society, thereby ensuring effective monitoring and supervision by government.
The event proper started with an interdenominational service on Sunday 29 June 2014. held at the Chapel of Christ the Light Church, Alausa, Lagos State Cooperative Family was led by officials of Lagos State Ministry of Agriculture and Cooperatives and Lagos State Cooperative Federation. On Wednesday, 2nd July, which was the actual day of the celebration, it was commemorated with a lecture and raffle draw. The multipurpose hall within Johnson Aguirre Agricultural Complex, Okwaba, played host to dignitaries from all walks of life. For the first time in the history of the celebration, Lagos State Cooperative Federation, with the support of the Ministry of Agriculture and Cooperatives, hosted the President, Nigerian Cooperative Movement, Federal Director of Cooperatives, and 2 Directors of Cooperatives from other states of the Federation.
The theme of the meeting is actually on enterprise building, enterprise promotion, and it's about empowerment. The focus is for cooperatives to be seen working. We want to see cooperatives being successful and posting surpluses. You can see also the raffle draw they are doing, and you will see how does it relate to the cooperative activities. It's directly related because they are giving back to the society what they are getting. In other words, they are impacting positively on the society. What we are saying is that we do not want idle cooperatives. All cooperative societies must be working. The rebasing of the economy that has just been done recently has shown that there are so many other areas the cooperatives can engage profitably in. The cooperative movement, their activities is going on very fine. They are succeeding, but that is not to say that there is still no room for greater success. A lot of sensitization to encourage youths to go into cooperatives as a way of finding alternative jobs for themselves.
Everybody knows that Lagos is a pace setter and is a center of excellence. And every state wishes to do things that Lagos is doing that is making them to excel. I remember the last time I was in Abuja with the other directors, because we normally discuss various activities, and when I told them about International Cooperative Day, it's like, what do you do? Do you do it? And I was wondering, what is it? Aren't you doing it in your state? They said, no, they were not. So when the time now came, and I used the opportunity to call them, to invite them, so that they come and see what we are doing, so that they'll be able to replicate what they see in Lagos. And they were very happy indeed, because in fact they told me that they enjoyed every bit of it.
The lecture, which dwelt on the theme of the celebration, Cooperative Enterprise Achieves Sustainable Development for All, was delivered by Mr. David Olatunji, a career communicator, speaker and teacher.
A lot of companies are collapsing. Our businesses are set up all over the world. It's global. It's not only in Nigeria. And the UK government became so concerned because they have no raw materials, they have no precious oil to rely upon except their corporation tax and the national income tax. So they began to study why companies failed. And they found out that why companies failed is because there was then and there is no corporate governance. Corporate governance has 6 aspects, and one of them is corporate social responsibility, ethical conduct of businesses, and sustainability. So this is one topic I'm so familiar with. I understand what sustainability is. Sustainability in short is just 2 words: ability to sustain. Ability to sustain the resources that we have access to today, and to leave some for generations to come. In 2050, ladies and gentlemen, it's estimated that we're going to have about 9 billion people on Earth. Question: are they going to find wood to do their own furniture? Are they going to find precious stones to do their own jewelries? In the next 20 years, will Nigerians that will be living still have access to the crude oil? What are we leaving behind for the next generations? Development is normal and it must come. It's natural. Development is important. So, development is change, but lasting change is sustainability. You know, the life is full of a lot of inconsistencies at times when we look at it. We want to enjoy the technological advancement. After saying the SNS, after saying the pay phone calls, we want to do all sorts of things, but have we consider the impact on our lives? As we are seated in this hall now, SMS is passing your head. SMS, PowerPoints, all the things that we are sending by email that we cannot see, but it's passing by your side now. Is it hitting our face? Probably. What is the effect on our face? You don't even know. So that's part of sustainability. What is the effect of what the inventions that we have begun to have? What is the effect upon our lives? So I want to ask us some questions as cooperators today. Number one, why did we join cooperative society? Why? Why did we join? Why did we join? Number two, is the reason for joining being achieved? Did we join for thrift and credit only? Did we join in order to solve immediate problems? Send children to school, finish the house, and so on and so forth. There are reasons. That's number one. Number two, ladies and gentlemen, are you a consumer or a producer or a manufacturer? The whole world is full of consumers. We are consuming in such a way that at times I get concerned that after we have consumed now, what will our children consume? Number three, by the time we finish with our assignment, by the time we finish and we are done on earth, what is the legacy we are passing behind? Are we just going to come to the world and just leave it as we never came? Or years after we are gone, generations will still be benefiting from our impacts? Why are some cooperative enterprises in other countries developing rapidly and some are not developing? Some are more or less stagnated. Why? Ladies and gentlemen, we can't live for ourselves forever. We have to also live for others. Living for others is sustainability. Living for others, giving back to the society. that you are privileged to exist in now is sustainability. Everyone that is here and everyone outside, everyone in the world today, the world is potentials, is skills, is abilities. God hasn't given us these potentials for only ourselves to consume. So we've got to be thinking now, what can I also do for others? How can I employ in my salon one person or two persons? When you employ two persons, if they are married, you are probably now feeding about 8 mouths. So those are all the things that are embedded in sustainability. And this is what so many nations are doing to solve the problem of unemployment. Right. Human development is a must. You know, Human Development Index, there is what you call Human Development Index, and they came up with some statistics that is so embarrassing. That all over the world, 46 worst developed countries as far as human development is concerned. Out of these 46, 37 are African states. Worst developed. The 5 worst developed, they are Congo, Burkina Faso, Niger, Mozambique, Congo. Worst 5. But out of 46, 37 are African states. The 5 best developed, Norway, Netherlands, US, Australia. Now, when you look at it, you realize that Africa has a lot to do. We are developing, but is this sustainable? We are developing, but is it balanced? For instance, you know, we're setting up maybe pure water business. But are we not clogging the drainage with the waste? Thank God for what Lagos State is doing to remove all those drainages. But when you look at drainages in Lagos, you realize that that is what is clogging it. So, Western, I'm making money from my business. How am I impacting the society? What am I giving back to the society? That is what is called corporate social responsibility. Am I making profit at the expense of the people? Am I making profit at the expense of the society itself? Because sustainability is how can we balance our planet, Earth, with profits that we are making and with the people. Those that are selling generators, they are making so much money from generators. But then, what about the carbon monoxide that they are releasing to the atmosphere? What impact is it having on Earth? Every one of us wants to enjoy generator because there is no light. But you want to watch the football match that is going on. So you've got to put on the generator, but as you are putting it on, boom, the smoke comes up. What is that smoke to us, to Earth? So sustainable development is, we are growing, we are seeing good things, but then we are not also being injured with what we're seeing. Access to health, access to high standards of living, access to education, literacy level. When I was growing up, I led vocational schools in Nigeria, but I doubt if there's any vocational school anymore. All those technical colleges, you can't go to the university, you go to technical colleges, you go to vocational schools. That's sustainable development. Nobody should be without literacy. Nobody should be ignorant. Ignorance is the greatest enemy of man. And how to conquer ignorance is through literacy. Education, basic education. Making people know. Anyone that knows can't be in bondage anymore. That is human development, and that is sustainable development.
The lecture also focused on the potential of cooperative practice in engendering sustainable economic growth and creating more employment opportunities for the world's teeming population, especially in Africa, where poverty and underdevelopment are the two major challenges. When the program got to the point of the raffle draw, excitement rose as tickets were picked to determine the overall winners. As it was the practice, many prizes were won this year again, but 3 were outstanding. The third prize was a 6 kVA generator, and second, a giant double-door fridge. The star prize is a brand new Chevrolet Salon car.
Dear Honorable Chairman, Lagos State House of Assembly Committee on Agriculture and Rural Development, Honorable Ibrahim Layode, we respectfully invite you, sir, to help us crown the winner of 2014 winner of the raffle draw. Roll it, roll it, roll it, roll it. And the winner is... Congratulations. And the winner is...
Wow. On behalf of the Lagos State Cooperative Society, with the opportunity and the raffle that has happened now, by the grace of God, I want to mention the name of the person by starting with the number, the phone number 080. That one is not in the number. 39 23 944. That person is from Aja. EISCIS Cooperative Multipurpose Society Aja.
Mi o, Oriya mi o, wọ́n fẹ́ kó bọ́lá mi o, mama jẹ́ kọjá mi o, má kọ́lé má ra lẹ̀, alo ṣe má ní mọ́tò, ṣẹ́gun ṣó má ṣẹ́gun ọ̀tá, wọ́n á ṣàgolódé bọ́tà, má kọ́lé má ra lẹ̀. Maṣẹ́gun ọ̀tá yé, wọ́n á ṣàgolódé bọ́tà yé. Dem say the boy you don dey puff up, see my belle you don dey come up. Ẹlẹ́dàá máa sùn ó yẹ turn up, turn down for kini we dey drop up. Dem wan see me finish mo lock up. Dem say the boy you don dey puff up, dem don forget the time wey me and my guys no get shoes we dey only wear dunlop. Ọlọ́njà ṣe kò gẹ́rẹ́, àbí láì ta òfìkì. Ẹni tó bá ro kúrò wà kò ní kú kọ́ nínú ṣùgbọ́n á sì kì í. Wà á omi fún mu kò lè mú, wà á mú jẹkújẹ kò lè jẹ. Àwọn tó fẹ́ dá tèèyàn rú, tó fẹ́ bá tèèyàn jẹ, báwo lẹ ṣe jẹ́? Mi ò, Oriya mi ò, wọ́n fẹ́ kó bọ́lá mi ò, mama jẹ́ kọjá mi ò, má kọ́lé má ra lẹ̀, alo ṣe má ní mọ́tò, ṣẹ́gun ṣó má ṣẹ́gun ọ̀tá, wọ́n á ṣàgolódé bọ́tà, má kọ́lé má ra lẹ̀. up. Them say na juju with the top up. They be treat me like I no get Baba God for back, Baba God while I turn up. Now we ballin' at them, they warm up. Now we go the girls, they love up. Too well with the champion, you want up. We getting money like person where we World Cup. I see Ronaldo, all of them. Messi no Messi.
The week continued on Thursday, 3rd July, with visits to various charity homes. Among the homes visited were Hope Orphanage, Iju, Lagos Rehabilitation Center, Majido, and Motherless Babies Home, Lion Village, Lekki. Various household and personal items were donated in support of these homes.
We normally teach them vocational, you give them vocational training. So we now thought, okay, let's pick this. We understand that we have a number of them that that you train in hairdressing. So we have decided to give this to them. And the freezer as well to support the mattresses for the hostel. And this Indomie and the tissue paper, we believe that they're going to be very useful to the people in here.
On behalf of the center, the staff, the rehabilitee here receiving rehabilitation, we thank the Ministry of Agriculture and Cooperative for coming here, for donating the item to the center. We appreciate your coming. We appreciate your contribution. You will still find time to come back to see us. You tell people outside there, like you said, that some people are not even, that you've been passing through, you don't know what we are doing here. And that is why I've taken the pain of when a visitor comes around, I try to tell them what we are doing here. There was even the day somebody came, and it's a staff of Lagos State Government. He said he just feel that maybe Lagos State is just picking these people and they will throw them to the compound here. I said no, it's far beyond that. This is what we've been doing. And he was shocked. Even though with the population, he said he didn't even know that they're up to 100 here. So we appreciate your coming. We appreciate your contribution. We thank you and all the members of Cooperative. And our prayer is that God will reward you abundantly.
It's just to support the needy ones among us. We want to encourage them. We don't want them to be left out. We don't want them to feel bad that because of the way they are, people are not giving them recognition. So we now feel we should do our bit by stretching our arms to them. And we ask them what their needs are. They gave us. So that's why we have different things given to different homes. And they were really appreciated.
On 4th July, 2 events were held as the celebration of International Cooperative Day continued. First was the Jumat and prayer service at Lagos State Secretariat Mosque, Alausa. After the prayer session, The soccer team of the Directorate of the Cooperative Services in the Ministry of Agriculture and Cooperatives trade tackles with Lagos State Cooperative Federation team in a novelty match played on Agidingbi Secondary School football pitch.
Well, this is what we call outfit on the pitch. Hey! Guys, the referee, blow. The referee blow. Wow, that is a goal. A big goal to the ministry.
And the Lagos State Cooperative Federation Limited, I hereby present this trophy to the winner of 2014 Cooperative Day Novelty Match competition. That is the Cooperative Department.
The event came to its peak on Saturday, 5th July, with a merit award and gala night at the Sheraton Hotels and Towers, Ikeja. It was a night set aside to recognize and reward the contribution of outstanding individuals to the development of the movement, as well as celebrate the achievements of the Lagos State Cooperative Federation. Governor Babatunde Raji Fashola, who was the special guest of honor, was ably represented by the Honorable Commissioner for Physical Planning and Urban Development.
connotation or meaning that cooperative connotes to me as a child is taken from the balance, united we stand, divided we fall. But seeing all that you have done today, I cannot but say that you have just affirmed a quote by Bill Clinton when he said, "We all do better when we work together. Our differences do matter, but our common humanity matters more." So it is that goal of mutual benefit that has brought you together, and I do hope that we will have that extension of cooperation within the nation called Nigeria so that we can make further progress as a country. Let me congratulate the societies that have received their awards today, not to relent in their efforts, and to remind you that the reward for good work is more work. And let me appeal to others not to be discouraged. They should rather put in more efforts in the coming year.
The International Day of Cooperatives has come to stay as an avenue of whipping up support for our collective efforts at self-help and to showcase the dynamics and contribution of the cooperative movement to economic development. Indeed, the cooperatives are the forerunners of modern sustainability as displayed in their age-long principles. Cooperative enterprises have made positive contributions to sustainability through their ability to utilize the dynamics of human and natural resources within a given community for the benefit of such community and beyond. The movement in the state has always supported and participated in all programs of this administration since its inception in the areas of transportation, job creation, agriculture, housing, and infrastructure. The societies also have one housing scheme or the other, with the properties in the rural and suburban areas of the state, and the neighboring states, particularly Ogun State, where affordable houses are delivered to the people. I'm happy to inform you that towards the end of last year, that is 2013, the Ministry of Agriculture and Cooperatives increased the number of cooperative area offices in the state to 20 from 15 and are fully computerized and networked. In addition, we embarked on the revalidation of cooperative societies in the state. The aim of this exercise is for easy identification, planning, and preparation of comprehensive database.
Without doubt, cooperative practice has a proven record of creating and sustaining employment, including the improvement of the living and working conditions of women and men globally. In this era, when the cooperative model of joint ownership and management is increasingly being used by employees to buy out their own enterprises, the increase in cooperative area offices in Lagos from 15 to 20 towards the end of last year confirms the strategic role of cooperative movements in the development of the state's economy.
The theme for this year is cooperative enterprise achieves sustainable development for all. So what we're trying to say and do here is that we want to encourage all the cooperative society to be enterprise oriented, to develop their entrepreneurship skills, so that if we are able to do that, imagine the number of cooperative society we have in Lagos State. If most of these cooperative society are entrepreneurial and they are doing well, I'm sure it's going to have a positive effect on the economy of Lagos State. So we're trying to encourage cooperative society to be enterprising in nature, to improve on the existing things that they have been doing, production, marketing, and all that.
As the cooperative movement in Lagos State continues to grow, the present administration is more committed to encouraging and using the movement as economic empowerment tool. The movement has particularly been instrumental to the attainment of government's developmental goals, the reason why government has continued to create enabling environment for the growth of cooperative societies in the state.
Governments all over the world can never underestimate the contributions of the cooperators to good governance, nor ignore the need to involve these same people in all efforts at national development. The participation of the movement in our transportation program, especially in the Bus Rapid Transit (BRT) scheme, where a number of cooperative societies have joined hands with us to rid Lagos of rickety, accident-prone vehicles like Molues and Danfo, is highly commendable. In reciprocating this kind gesture, this administration has continued to provide the enabling environment for profitable investment of cooperative funds. The Cooperative Arbitration Panel and other advisory units of government have also been providing succor and financial security to the movement in this regard. It is pertinent to reiterate our commitment in the development of the Farmers Mart. The Farmers Mart model, which has been exclusively franchised for the cooperative societies to be established in all divisions of the state. More outlets are expected to be completed and commissioned before the end of the year. As expected, other states have been visiting these marts with a view to replicating same in their states. As you are all aware, this administration places high premium on capacity building, one of the major reasons why the state government established the State Cooperative College at Okwuoba, Agege, to encourage the act of cooperation and increase the knowledge and skill of cooperatives towards reducing fraud and conflict within cooperative societies in Lagos State. The college has trained a total of 2,935 cooperators in the last 2 years since it became operational. I want to urge you all to continue to patronize this college and make maximum use of its services, as we have experienced and qualified personnel handling the training programs that will enhance performance and effective management of cooperative societies in the state and across the nation. I am happy to note that the ministry has created a comprehensive and up-to-date database with the newly installed capacity building software, Cooperative, and assigned Cooperative Statistics Manager in all the 20 cooperative area offices to network with the headquarters at Alausa. I urge all other societies who are yet to register to do so before the end of the third quarter.
In line with the theme of this year's celebrations, the focus on the use of cooperative movement to achieve sustainable development is realistic in view of the number of cooperators, the volume of economic activity being generated, and the impact on welfare and well-being of the people, as well as growth and development of the state and the nation. It has also been proved that corporately, cooperative movement provides the much needed synergy, support and partnership to overcome the challenges of modern economy.
I will expect more good things to happen and a lot of improvements. We're going to go around the societies and ask for their opinions. How do they want us to improve, or how can we improve on what we have done or what we have been doing? So by the time we're going to collate all this, I'm sure that we're going to have more good things to come. And even in terms of the number of the directors that came, I'm sure, because the number of them, even before the end of the program, they've been calling that, in fact, they have to be in attendance in the next one. So I'm sure it's going to be a success.